wonderful God. I will
bless the Lord,
oh my soul,
oh my soul,
and all that is
within
say
me.
bless.
Bless His holy
name. Sing it again. I will
bless the Lord,
oh my soul,
oh my soul,
and all
that is within me.
His holy name. This is why we bless Him. Come on and say, He has done
great things.
He has done great things for me.
He has done great things.
I see you, Sonia. Say, He has done.
He has
Whoa.
done great things.
Bless.
Bless His holy
name. Put your hands on it. We're going to say it again. He has done great things. Say, He has done. He has done great
things.
He has done great things. Come on, lift your voice and say,
He has done great things.
He has done.
He has done great things.
So bless
His name.
Put your hands on it, Zion. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come to the SCA and say, Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's all you say. Come say.
Hallelujah.
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 Lift that praise and say
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Say
Hallelujah.
Say thank you, Jesus. Say
thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. Say
thank you, Jesus.
You missed it. Right here, let's go. Say, Lord, you're worthy of the glory and the honor. Hallelujah. Say,
Lord, you're worthy of the glory and the honor.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Lord, you're worthy.
Lord, you're worthy
of the glory
and the honor.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I can't stop praising.
Can't stop praising.
Can't stop dancing.
Can't stop
You've
dancing.
been too good,
You've
Lord.
been too good, Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hey, hallelujah.
Can't stop praising.
Can't stop praising.
Can't stop dancing.
Can't stop
You've been too good, Lord.
You've been too good, Lord.
Hallelujah.
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 Put your hands on it.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lord, you're worthy.
Lord, you're worthy.
Yes, you're worthy.
Yes, you're worthy.
You're so worthy.
You're so worthy.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Lord, you're worthy.
Lord, you're worthy
of the glory
of the glory
and the honor.
and the honor.
Hallelujah.
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 Say hallelujah.
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 Oh, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, hallelujah.
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 Now put a praise on it. Put a praise on it. Put a praise on it. Come on. You've been too good, Lord. You've been too good, Lord. You've been too good, Lord. Been too good, Lord. Day after day after day. Brand new mercy. You've been too good, Lord. You've been too good, Lord. Now put your hands on it. Hey, I will
bless the Lord.
the Lord, oh my soul, and all that's within me. I will bless his name. Bless the Lord and forget not all his many benefits. Hallelujah. There's benefits in serving God.
Oh, we have the nice little.
The bumper scene.
What just happened? What's up, guys? Welcome again
Can you turn
to
that down?
another. Just wow, this is kind of different, actually. This is a completely different from what we were having last week. So this is going to be a special program. So welcome, thank you so much, you leaders that have actually followed us throughout the week and want to hear us. Thank you. My name is Pastor Isaac Navarez again, and I'm going to introduce to you guys my co-host today, which you guys have seen him, and by popular demand, he's back. He's an amazing person, amazing friend. His name is Pastor Pono Lopez from the Long Beach Seventh Day Adventist Church. So,
Oh,
um,
bro, you didn't do the right one.
Pono, welcome. Hopefully, you're doing well. And that's not Pono on the screen. I promise you. He does have color. There you go. No, that's not Pono either. What's going on here?
What
There
is
we go.
up,
That's my buddy
Isaac?
Pono. Man,
I am
trying
not
to
Icky
scam
and
you over
Lawrence.
here.
What's up, guys? Good to see all of you, man. 8 days in, and we still rocking hard. You know what I mean?
That's right. So we have an amazing morning for you guys. We have amazing giveaways. We have
Here, Icky, go.
amazing resources, and those resources you can actually get on our description. So please go to our description and download the resources that we want to give you guys today. So please do that before you leave today. What is it, Pono? We got some giveaways too, right?
Yes, we do, bro. Yes, we do.
How does someone get those giveaways?
Yo, so this is what we have to do, basically. This is what we're going to do. We're doing things a little differently from what we've done before. We've usually had people just comment in there some stuff. But this week, what we're going to do is actually, if you DM us in Facebook, the first, basically, I think 2 people that DM us in Facebook are going to get the prizes for today.
That's right. And I believe everyone wants prizes. I know I want prizes. Can I get one of these prizes if I comment? Can I get one of those? No? Yeah? No? All right. I already know the answer to that one. But once again, guys, dude, Pono, how awesome was this week?
Bro, this week was amazing, man. I was actually behind the scenes the majority of the time, basically doing all the production stuff, and I just got to watch everything. I got to experience all of it, and even from my end, not even having the entire experience. I was so blessed by just listening to Myron, listening to all these mental health shares, man. It was so inspiring to hear from a lot of pastors and a lot of leaders and a lot of people and a lot of young adults within our church in our area, especially that are basically dealing with very similar things. And so it's a powerful experience, bro, for us to have that solidarity. That we're not alone in all of this, man. So it was good. It was really good stuff. Our presenters
and
as
it's
well, our partners with the LA Department of Mental Health, man. They were awesome, amazing presenters that just brought some really good, meaty stuff for us to take in.
Oh yeah, no, it was. You know, I don't know if we've ever done something on mental health. Maybe we felt that it was going to be too much, but you know what? The reactions, the receptions were just phenomenal. And honestly,
Yeah, bro.
everything you said was on point because it's very true. Like from the amazing icebreakers, from the amazing
Yeah.
worship moments,
Yep.
from everything. It was just a God driven week, and I just thank God for that one, man.
Yeah, the 20 plus churches, man, that we partnered with. I mean,
Oh,
amazing,
that was bomb. That was
right?
good. It felt good. It felt really good.
They were
And
breaking borders, man.
I know that the first night we forgot about Long Beach, and you had to call us out. And like it's all good. It's all
It's all
good.
fun and games, bro.
We had to bring him back. He was gonna walk off the set, bro, but we had to bring him back. And we had to show him some love. Some Long Beach. We got you guys. We love you guys.
No, man, I wasn't
But
trying to pull a Kanye, bro.
we're gonna start and invite one more guest, and you guys might know him. He kind of scared me a bit as we started, but we want to invite Icky. We're gonna have a quick little icebreaker.
There we go, bro.
And
Stop hating, Isaac. We let you on here all week long. Stop hating, dog.
Hate.
man, it's gonna be a good day. It's full of information. Icky, we brought you on not to talk bad about me, the host, bro. I'm with us, Steve Harvey right now. If you- But you know what? We're going to kick off this amazing morning with an icebreaker, and there's going to be 2 truths and 1 lie.
Yeah, man.
All right.
So good at this
in the
game.
No, you're not. In the comments, you guys can actually vote on each pastor on which one you think is the truth and which one is the lie. So go ahead and comment whenever you hear. So we're going to start off with
Pastor Isaac.
Pono.
Let me ask a quick question for you. Is this gonna? Do you want us to theme these, or do you want us to just go at it and just give you guys some truths and lies?
I wrote down random stuff, so
Okay.
I already prepped my homework, bro.
Random it is.
Anything you want, Icky. Anything you want.
All right.
Bro, before we begin, I believe Hannah gave us some really good information for us, for all of our followers as well, is that we have 2 things right now. It is the mental health and the church book prize. So there's a book on mental health that helps a lot of people process through a lot of this information on mental health and ways that they can get healthier in that way. And then there's a church book version or a church book that we're giving away as well. And so these are 2 different things that we're giving away. And so if you're interested, make sure to DM us in that Facebook, man. But yeah, I'm ready.
Well, you're first, brother. Kick us off. Let's hear your prep. 2 truths, 1 lie.
Cool, man. So here's what I got. 2 truths, 1 lie, right? Not all truths and no lies. No.
Or all lies, no truth.
All lies, no truth.
Come on.
2 truths and a lie. Okay, here we go. So I come from Hawaii and I surf. I once worked as a tour manager for Jesus Culture. I wrote 5 jingles for an insurance company.
Oh, wow.
These all sound so true.
So you guys need me to repeat that one more time?
Yes, repeat
Is that helpful?
again.
Okay, yeah. So I come from Hawaii and I surf.
Mm-hmm.
I once worked as a tour manager for Jesus Culture.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote 5 jingles for an insurance company.
You know what? I've got some stuff working in my head here. Isaac, go ahead, though. Go ahead, Isaac.
I don't know, man. Pono.
Come on, Isaac.
You know what? Come on, man. His last name is Lopez. That's not Hawaiian. Is it?
His last name is a lie, huh?
His last name is a lie, bro. Come on. Man.
Lopez. His first name is Pono. Kahiki Luki Luki Mai Martinez. What? That makes no sense.
Junior.
We're gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go with the man. You're musically inclined.
While Isaac's thinking, everybody, if you want to drop a comment in, we'll throw it up to see what you think. Which one is a lie? Which one's the truth?
I don't know. Hold on, what was your second one?
So it's I come from Hawaii and I surf. I once worked as a tour manager for Jesus Culture, and then I wrote 5 jingles.
I'll go with the middle one.
The tour manager. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, tour manager. Okay, so this is how I have processed his 2 truths and a lie. You know, like the devil, the way the devil gets you is that he doesn't tell you a complete lie. Some of it is true, right? So I always feel like, you know, if you're gonna tell a really good lie, you've got to tell some truth in there so that people are like, So like I feel like that first one, he's Hawaiian. You know how he pointed that out first, Isaac. Did you notice that?
Right. Yeah.
And that like because immediately when I think of a Hawaiian, I think of, oh, you surf. So he said he's a Hawaiian that surfs. And I was like, there it is. That might be a lie and a truth right there, yo.
Man, the process is good.
So I'm going to say the first one. That's what I'm going to say.
You're going to say the first one?
Yeah, either he's not Hawaiian or he doesn't surf. One of those is a lie.
I'm trying to find the comments. Nobody's saying anything.
Yeah.
So, you guys ready for it?
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready.
Here we go. The 2 truths are that I once worked as a tour manager for Jesus Culture, and I wrote 5 jingles for an insurance company. I don't surf, guys.
Now, I partly cheated because I did know that Pono doesn't surf. Pono doesn't like the ocean. So
that's a lie. That's a lie. I could be in that water for all
He's a
day,
fake
every
Hawaiian.
day, 24/7. Bro, I would be Aquaman if I could. If like they would let me, if the Lord would let me be, I would be in the ocean all day, every day.
I have Aquaman's body. I don't know if you guys have seen me without my shirt on, but I'm amazing. I'm just putting it out there. I'm amazing. Yeah. It's a good thing it's only this much of my face. Oh, mercy. That's my lie. I'm gonna give you 2 truths later.
I got half of Aquaman's beard. How's that? Does that count?
You're halfway there, bro. Hey,
Bro, Isaac.
You want me to go next?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Go ahead, Isaac. I didn't have much time to think of it, so.
I've been engaged for three times.
That's a lie. Nobody likes you that much. I'll tell you right now. That's a lie. I'm just playing. I'm just joking.
What's it called? Engaged 3 times. I went to Kenya, Egypt, and Tanzania.
Ooh.
Oh.
And I used to weigh 165 pounds.
165?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
All right.
There's a lot of detail.
Yeah. Hey, play along if you're out there here in our time. Make sure you drop in a comment. We'll put it up there. And
there's a lot of detail.
There is.
In number 2. So
Engaged 3 times.
engaged 3 times.
Engaged 3 times.
There's some detail in there.
Wow.
Man.
So let me. I'm gonna weigh in a little bit here.
Do it.
First of all, I think the last one is the truth, because at one point we all weighed 165 pounds. I was born at 145 pounds, so about a month later I was 165 pounds.
Just about a month in.
So I think that one's the truth, Pono. There's no way that could be a lie.
I think that's the truth as well.
Yeah. Unless Isaac was born at 167 pounds, I think that one's gonna be true. So we can't get away with that one. And then secondly, that second one is tricky, right? Because his wife's African, so which means he's probably had to, or at least traveled out into that neck of the world. But he didn't start off by saying that his wife is African. So he didn't lead us into that. So that might,
Well, the thing that I have a hard time with that second one is there's so much. There were at least 4 or 5 different countries that he had named.
Yes,
I think
countries.
that's the thing I have some issue with.
Yeah. Because he could have been to 2 of those countries and not to one of them. So
Yeah.
that is a tricky one.
But 3 times engaged though?
That is such an absurd statement that I almost believe it's true. Some of the most absurd statements in these
Like, you
games
can't lie
are
to
the
that
true ones. Like, why would you lie about that? Nobody wants to lie about that kind of stuff. This is hard. I think it's 1 or 2, obviously. Pono, you go first, and then I'll take a shot.
I think it's number 1 because I feel like Isaac is a very loyal man, and I feel like the people that he attracts are very loyal people. So I feel like it's number 1. I feel like he's only been engaged once and he got married once. So I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay,
Hold on.
so
That's why I like you more than anything. Say that. That's why I like you more than anything.
apparently he likes you more than 2 other human beings in the world too. No. So let me give you my logic on this. I think that it's quite possible that Isaac did get engaged 3 times, but maybe to the same person. Like maybe it didn't work out at a time and was like, okay, let's move the time. Then, so it could have been that, or maybe 2 people. I think that second one, oh man, that might be the lie, because I think he might have gone to 1 or 2 of those places, but not to the third. So I'm going to say number 2 is the lie. Number 2 is the lie.
Let's hear it, bro. Let's hear
it, Isaac.
You know what?
What?
I'm gonna have to. Icky actually nailed it on the spot, guys.
Oh man,
Icky nailed it.
3 times.
I was engaged to my current wife. I was engaged to my previous fiance, and we had broken it off, and then we had put it back on. So yeah, I was engaged 3 different times with 2 different women.
Two different.
But I never went to Tanzania. I did go to Egypt and I did go to Kenya.
Man.
Very good. Oh, Isaac, that was a tough one. That's good.
Ooh,
That's
that
good.
was a tough one, man.
Yeah.
You almost you have me on that one.
You can tell which one of us lies the most here by the one that always gets the right answer here.
He's experienced.
Yeah. I'm telling on myself. Shame on me.
Let's hear it, Icky.
Okay. So I haven't given this much proper prep thought, but I'm just gonna pull it out here. Okay, 2 truths and a lie. Here's the truth. The first truth is, I have. Oh man, guys, this is so hard. I'm sorry. Let me just think of some stuff here. I am.
Your whole life is a lie, huh?
I have British lineage.
He's not brown.
This is so hard. I don't know why I can't think of 2 truths about myself right now.
This guy just gave it away, bro.
What happened? Okay. Don't worry, Isaac didn't catch that. He's slow. He's not gonna get it. Here we go. Okay. I didn't buy my first car until I was 37. And lastly, I was a well, I'm trying to think if I gave 2 truths already or if I didn't, or maybe I did and didn't.
This is what happens when you work 8 days straight, people. I couldn't even think of words all day.
I was briefly married before Melanie, before my current wife.
Briefly married, not even briefly engaged. Briefly married.
Yeah, it's married for.
They allowed it in the conference? Hold up. Wait a minute.
These are pre-save days.
Are we revealing something right now?
We're trying to be transparent and real, people. All right. So the first one is I've got some British heritage in me. The second one is what did I say the second one was?
Your first car.
I
was
bought
at
my first
37.
car when I was 37. And the last lie or the last truth could be that I was briefly married.
I don't know, Pono. What do you think?
Well,
do you think
Icky's car is literally like dying in the driveway as we speak.
literally, yeah.
That is true.
So like it is like just crawling at
And you
inch
know
by
how you
inch.
never want to give up your first car. I mean, Icky is like
So he's had cars like for a very long time, and I actually do know that in college he was supported a lot by a lot of a really good community, and so I know that's for sure, which means that there's
tight and doesn't want to buy a new car.
that's another thing too. Yeah, financially. And then
Don't hate on my finances, guys. I'm rich.
What was your first one, Icky?
My first one is I have British lineage.
British lineage. I believe that because a lot of Polynesians actually have colonized the lineage.
Oh, historian Nick.
Yes, exactly. So I actually think the third one is false. I don't believe he was maybe engaged, but I don't think married.
I didn't believe he was married twice. No
Yeah,
way. Icky doesn't
yeah.
come off as that kind of guy. No way. Even with the cornrows, he doesn't come off that way. He doesn't come off that way.
Yeah, he's
No
full
way.
gangster. He's full gangster.
He's a British Samoan gangster.
He called me Samoan, man. Somebody, listen, somebody get that Puerto Rican off of this show, please.
that Polynesian guy.
So what's the lie, Ick?
Okay, so the truth is I didn't buy my first car until I was 37. Pono was correct.
Yeah.
I had a lot of good people that actually hooked me up with vehicles and gave me things. And when it was time for me, I gave it to other people. So I didn't actually buy my first car till after I was married. And it was with my wife. We bought a minivan just a few years ago here. And that was the first car I'd ever bought. The second truth is, look at my nose, people. Look at this is not a Polynesian nose. Look at that thing. Thing is huge and long, and yeah, of course I've got British lineage in me. I'm embarrassed to say, but you can't give this nose to like to a Polynesian man. Yeah, like so my family actually, a portion of my family originates from the Mutiny of the Bounty. I don't know if you ever heard that story. Ooh. It's a pretty big story. Captain Cook came down our way,
which
and
my
his
people ended him. It's.
Yeah, thanks for that, welcome. By the way. Yeah. Somebody had to do it. And left his crew down there. They burned the ship, and we kind of came from that side of the story. And of course, the lie is absolutely. I've only been married once. Once is more than enough. Praise the Lord. Talk about mental health.
But were you engaged before?
No, I was not. Okay. I was not.
So it's just.
I was close to being engaged once before. Correct. Yeah.
So you weren't pulling an Isaac. Then.
No, Isaac is. No. Those Puerto Ricans are rough, man. Those Guatemalans, you know. By the way, Isaac, I'm Tongan.
Samoan, right?
right. That's right. That's right, Nicaraguan. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Icky.
We had a blast.
Nah, bro. This is awesome, man. This is awesome. Again, guys, it has been such a blessing to be with all of you. We have so many things going on, but one of the things that we wanted to invite to you was to introduce you to our speaker for today. This leadership summit is basically for all of our leaders within our conference and for those who just want to kind of tune in as well. We are the whole reason why we build the leadership summit is because One House wants to be a resource for all of you to make sure that you are equipped. I mean, one of the main things that we talk about in One House is that we are equipping our leaders and our young adults as best as we can. And one of the best ways to do it is through mindfulness, is through being mindful. And so I'm going to give it to Pastor Isaac to introduce our speaker.
Yeah, no, today we have we brought the house down with this amazing speaker. We have Jennifer Duh from, she is a licensed clinic social worker working with Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health. So we brought the heavy hitters today. We have amazing information for you. Please pay attention. Ask any question that you may have. We will be asking them at the end. So please comment your questions. We will write them down and we will be asking them for you guys as well. So thank you so much for coming and participating with us. Jennifer, you're awesome.
Dear God, our hearts are broken for this world. The hatred is palpable, the division undeniable, and the pain runs deep. We desperately need more of you. We ask for your truth to be louder than the noise which surrounds us, for your mercy to be stronger than the voices of oppression, for your strength to overpower those who seek to do harm. Where there is division, bring unity. Where there is anger, bring peace. Where there is evil, bring victory. Empower us to fulfill your mission, to answer your calling, to be the light you've created us to be. May your love, your grace, and your mercy flood this world. We love you. We seek you. We place our hope in the mighty name of Jesus. This we pray.
Welcome, Jennifer. It's your time.
This wonderful morning, and I was so exciting and grateful to be part of you and meeting with you all, three wonderful gentlemen. So funny, so cheerful, so loving. so happy. And I think that's why you all are part of this. And I think there's tons of good energy, hope, and connectingness. So today, again, I'm the staff from Department of Mental Health. I have been working for OA County 14 years, and what I do is I am a licensed clinical social worker. I'm a clinician. I work with my client who suffer from mood symptom. I think a lot of it is not really about being judgmental. It's about having awareness what's going on in our feeling. So I want to talk about mindfulness. I want you to be kind, be gentle, and be aware what is your feeling. So I think that is so important no matter how old we are. And I know a lot of you are in the youth group. You may be a young adult, you may be a parent, you may have family within this age. So I think this is where you are about mindfulness and compassion. Would you please put the next slide? As I mentioned, I'm a clinician. So I tell my client who come into my office is storytelling. They are here to talk about their story. So they are coming with feeling they can be there for them. I'll be there for themselves. They'll be safe. It can be respected and not being judged. So a lot of my client, majority of my client are 18 and older, and they can have any gender, of course. I work with male, female, LGBTQ population. So when they're coming with the storytelling, I say role doesn't mean it's not really their role. It can be who they are, like high school student, college student. They can be parent, teacher, and I even have former gang member, professor, dancer, writer, waiter, all type of different job. And I want to highlight that we all have our story, and every story are matter, every life matter. And I want you to know people who coming for support, they are very brave. I always tell them, you trust me coming to talk to me. You trust yourself will be here to be vulnerable and share your story. So I tell my room who come in with storytelling. Again, the process of storytelling, number one is really feel respect. They are safe. There's no judgment because every story matter, every life matter. And of course, confidential because what they tell me, beside the time, if they feel suicidal or they feel potential there's any form of abuse, then we cannot keep the information confidential. So which means majority of time is safe, confidential. Unless anyone may potentially get hurt, then unfortunately we need to break confidentiality, make sure people are safe. And also the very important part is the connecting to the meaning of your life, the meaning of your story. So please next slide, next page. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, I work with mostly adult, and 1/3 of my current cases are young adult, about 18 and late 20 and 30, and majority coming with depression, anxiety, and adjustment. This is quite big area. And the common challenge can be the family issue, for example, complication, disagreement with their parents, sibling, relationship issue, like couldn't be single, or they breakup issue, relationship issue with their partner, worry about couldn't find a roommate, finding a girlfriend, boyfriend, school issue, work issue. A lot of young adults coming when they're in school, they just worry about what will be happen next. Can I find a job? What will happen? Can I apply my college? What will happen? So it's a lot worry about future, as I mentioned here. A lot of them will feel sense of I'm behind because my friends are ahead of me, which is not really true, but they like to compare themselves with other. or can I make it? Can I really do well? Because the future is very unknown and uncertainty. So identity. Currently, I have a client. He basically not sure about his own gender identity. That can even be happening, or finding about who they really are. What are they good at? What do they like to become? Their self identity. Adjustment issue during a pandemic has been big because this has been a very difficult time. We all stay in quarantine. We have stopped our lifestyle, and has been tremendously difficult. Right, adjustment during pandemic. Another big one will be grief, either the loss during pandemic or different form of loss in life, right? Lost their friend, lost the regular routine, right? And painful past events. It can be previously, for example, being bullied, for example, they lost their pet, different type of painful events in the past that can make young adult coming and starting with storytelling. Okay, and the next, please. So I'd like to share one of the story. So this is a young female, 19. I think probably she's a little bit younger. She's in 12th grade. A lot of time the doctor refer us because I work in the medical setting, and most of the referral was from the medical doctor. So there's a young female. She coming with a lot of sadness, crying because she had missed her friends in high school. She missed her senior prom. No more prom. No regular graduation is virtual. And she also is a dancer, a cheerleader. She missed the opportunity just to be with her friend, just the normal dancing, no more. And she just stuck at home during the pandemic time. There's a lot of sadness, crying, and she's also doesn't want to do the things she used to, even dance, even just hang out with her friends. She just feel like there's no purpose and no hope. And the regular routine, we say rumination of thinking, or negative bias in her head is, my life will be the same. A pandemic will never end. She just feel like she doesn't see the end. Back then, that was last year. I have a sad life and won't able to meet new friends in college. She got accepted to college, but she doesn't like the virtual learning. She enjoy face to face. She'll miss that opportunity with human being in person. So a lot of negative bias. So during the process when we are meeting in the session, unfortunately one day mom has called me and said she find a suicidal note in her room. And we were very scared for the time. As a result, we call her, testing her. We need to call police. And the good thing is when the police was able to tracking her cell phone and locate her, and she was walking in the park. Good thing she is safe. I also, again, I like to know that for Dear Metro have a lot of good resources. And one of the resources we put in the description, please check in and knowing that we are always here for you. And of course, fortunately, we find her. She need to be hospitalized in the hospital. Just make sure she'll be safe. And we link her to a clinic that with a psychiatrist can helping her with medication and longer term therapy. That's part of the story. I want you to think about the story. It's not really about being sad, but I like to also later on focus how she helped herself. Let's check in story number 2, the next page. This is a 28 years old young adult. He's a IT guy, and he worked as his own consultant. He worked from home. So he coming with a lot of stressor, just a lot of fear. I worry, can I find another girlfriend? He was in a relationship about 5 years or so, and unfortunately it didn't work out. So he's starting with using marijuana, and even though he's working, but time to time, he feel very guilty about the use. And he just also feel like there's no purpose. Maybe I will not find a girlfriend. Maybe I'll never get married. Maybe I'll be single like this forever. So that's crying. When he listened to certain music, he will cry. He think about the past. he feel very guilty about the marijuana use. He feel bad about himself. He just feel like it's not a solution, but I can't help it. And also that he become more irritable when he's with his family. He's also overthinking a lot about what happened for the future. So you can see there's a lot of anxiety, uncertainty going on. And that could happen to a lot of young adults. I think in general, we're all in this difficult time. And next page, please. Okay, I really like to focus about strengths base because I believe we all are resilient. We all have something wonderful and important and helpful, like you all. So I usually like to ask, what do they like about themselves? And I ask the same question, what do you like about yourself? Maybe is thinking about, I love animal, I want to be a pet vet. I love music. Maybe I can be a singer or write music. Anything you enjoy to do, that will be something good for you. Or maybe it can be a career. What people say good thing about them. For example, your friends, your teacher, your parents, what do you like about them? Maybe you're very helpful, maybe you are very trustworthy. A lot of time they don't recognize, but when we pay attention, there's a lot of good people saying good thing about you. What activity do they enjoy doing? So earlier I mentioned it can be I love my dog, and having my dog really make you feel meaningful. I like to be a brother because be an older brother, I can be a role model for my younger brother. So we do things together. We can go to beach. So it's every little thing in life. It can be helpful to focus our strengths and focus what we are good and have good thing in life. What do they like to connect and support? Earlier I mentioned it can be connect and support through your pet and connect and support through your friends, or even definitely the support from the church. Religious support is wonderful and important. What make them feel joyful, meaningful, and purposeful, right? So what can we do? I think one thing is very, very important. What makes us feel happy, joyful, and meaningful is even deeper level because you feel good and purposeful. Like I wake up, feel purposeful. A lot of young adults like couldn't connecting to purpose. So I think a lot of conversation we have is, who are you? What do you like to do? What make you feeling meaningful and purposeful? I think those are very good, important one. I think, okay, thank you. I like to introduce about mindfulness. As I mentioned, mindfulness is not really about any religion's purpose. It's really about an attitude, a way of coping, really aware what's going on right now, whether it's in our head, in our body, or our feeling. So mindfulness is a basic human ability to be present, like we're here. When we're sitting here together, how are you feeling right now? Aware what we're doing, but we're not reactive or overwhelmed. And sometimes we get reactive, overwhelmed. It's normal being human, but in a way, it is being here for what it is and accepting, but being very, very kind and be gentle as a form of respecting what happened right now. And the next page, please. So the attitude that support mindfulness, there are three good ones I like to highlight. The curiosity, ability to have a child's eyes. I think we all were a minor before. When we come into this world, I don't know if you remember when you're 2 or 1, but imagine you are that little young child when you look at this world, just full of, wow, everything is so new and so unique and special, and having that awareness, have ability to say what's happening here and have the gratitude. Or I really, really like about this piece is really appreciate what you have. A lot of time we focus what I don't have. For example, I don't have a nice body. I don't have fancy car. It's not really focus I don't have, but focus what I have. So the attitude is enough instead of not enough. The third one is acceptance. So a lot of time in life, this situation we don't really like, right? And either is illness, either is uncertainty, physical pain, sadness, worry, hurt. We don't like those. Accepting doesn't mean you are being passive or you avoid a problem. It's me knowing you accepting it right now. Maybe there's things we need to wait, we need to be patient, but we also trust our inner wisdom and trust there is a nice way to handle it. For example, looking for resources, talk about problems, getting help, finding your own coping tool. So having that acceptingness to support a mindfulness way dealing with life. And next page, please. Okay, so why mindfulness? How does it helping us? Let's take a look. Number one, as I mentioned earlier, knowing what's in your thoughts. A lot of time we're busy by going to places, doing tasks, and we don't have the time even checking at this moment I'm very well overwhelmed. At this moment I'm very scared. At this moment I feel it's too much for me. It's important to know, right? When you're aware, then that is what you can do next, and knowing what you have option rather than start with the feeling you have. So knowing our thoughts. And no need to sit on the worry train. So basically, I told my client, you're sitting on the worry train. That means you're just checking on the train and going nonstop. But you have the way you can actually exit from the worry train, and you can say, okay, I'm going to the worry train and nonstop. I can check out. I can take a break and pay attention to your thoughts, feeling, and body sensation. As I mentioned earlier, all the time, our body may feel tense up. You may stomach feeling very uncomfortable. You may have a headache. All that stuff may happening, but you are here for all this thing, paying attention, and again, being caring and be helpful for yourself is very, very important. And give space to strong emotion. No need to react, but respond. A lot of time when people say hurtful thing to us, or a lot of time when we stress out, we react. We may tell other people hurtful thing. We may ignore take care of our body because because we have hard time to dealing with strong emotion. And sometimes we may regret, say, oh, I shouldn't do this. Why do that? So sometimes as a result, the guilt may come up, right? So basically, it's able to respond. Respond means aware what happened, and you have a choice. You can say, at this moment, I'm very stressed out. I have a choice to take a mini break and come back with more healthy, wiser reaction. And next page, please. This is a mind spell exercise I was planning to do together, but due to the time, maybe I will explain to you how it works, and you can definitely find a time, do it for yourself. So basically, what you can do, you find a quiet place, no one disturbing you, and you just write. It's really about checking to your body and your thoughts, about writing whatever come out to your head. And it's a form of self-care and self-healing because a lot of time we're suppressing what's happened inside of us. And maybe by writing, a lot of feeling may come up. You say, I am really feel pissed off right now. Oh, I'm really grateful about my life. So a lot of different things may come up. And we want to really respect that time and space for yourself. So it's mind spell exercise. I hope whenever you can have time and do that for yourself. I really like to bring the self-compassion piece. I mentioned about be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself, and love who you are. So compassion is able to connect and understand someone who's suffering and be kind, caring, and helpful. And compassion can be to people next to you, people you know, people you don't know. But definitely compassion to yourself is the important key. The next slide, please. Why compassion? How compassion helping us? A very important way to be compassionate, we can bring being our own best friend. Earlier I mentioned about self-compassion, be kind to yourself. It's like when your friend is sad, when your friend is scared, you are very kind to your friend. You also can be very gentle, very supportive, you're patient. So how you are treating your friend who is suffering, how you treating your friend who is scared or hurt, you do the same to yourself. That's a way of self-compassion exercise. And you're more willing to say yes in life because you know, yes, there are things maybe out of control, but I'm trying. You not let the lie stop you. If you us know, you know that's good for you. You're willing to show up and give a try and challenge your comfort zone and recognize all about you. And you know that is important for me, whether it is I feel the need to take care of myself, I feel the need to connecting to justice. You're kind and you trust that will happen. Seeing the good things, right? Instead, earlier mentioned that it's not good enough, I don't have, you actually become very grateful and gentle and say, there's a lot of good things happening in my life. Whether it's this morning, I can show up for this live talk, whether it's I'm connecting to part of church group, I have good thing in my life and willing to connecting with other. Yeah, there's a sense of like, I'm not alone. Yes, time to time we need to be alone. But when I need to, I know there's good people around me. And I know sense of kindness and connecting to me and the people within between me in my life. So I'd like to ask you, how do you show compassion to yourself and others? So ask yourself, do you do good self-care? Do you find time? Oh, you can say no, it's too much for me, right? Do you walk? Do you sleep well? Do you do things make you happy? So all the self-kind, compassion and self-care is so important. So that's a quote. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. And it can be a good thing. The word can be loving, more caring and connecting when we just find that happy and trust inside of us. So I want to ending the session with the talk. And we have little time, we can do a little mindfulness compassion exercise. So please wait for me. Let me turn on the music. So I'd like you to trust yourself and trust your body. So if you like, you can open your eyes or close your eyes, whatever is good for you. The intention for this exercise is connecting to kindness inside of you, the goodness inside of you, the loving care, compassion inside of you. So I like you to helping your body feel relaxed, helping your head, your whole muscle relax. Knowing your feet on the floor is supporting you, the chair is supporting you, and you're holding the space to supporting yourself with compassion, kindness. We're human beings with all different thoughts, different feeling, opinion. That's being human. Really important about trusting who you are, trusting you are matter, trusting there's goodness inside you, your inner strength. Think about the activity you love to do in life, whether it is reading, listen to music, dancing, whatever that is, that's for you. See the things you like to do. Think about the people in your life who's supporting you, whether it's your friends, your parents, family, your church member, people who trust you and be there for you. Let's connect to that. Think about the good quality inside of you. Whether it is you are a quick learner, you're helpful, you're brave, whatever that is, connect that to you. It's inside of you. Knowing you're not alone, knowing you can be there for yourself at times, knowing you have support, seeing that connection with people in your life. Let's focus your body and bring in with compassion and let out with kindness. Bring in compassion to yourself and let out kindness to others. One more time, bring in compassion to your body and let out kindness to others surrounding you in your life. So I'd like you to still focus to this breathing. Bring in compassion to your body, knowing you can be kind to yourself, be gentle, knowing you can ask help if needed. Remember, self-care is the key. So I'd like you to pay attention to your feet on the floor. You can move your body a little bit, stretching. You can hear the sound in your room. And gradually open your eyes. I'd like to really appreciate you all to show up and take care of yourself and learning more about mindfulness and compassion. So much.
My goodness, I almost forgot that we were still live because I was in the zone. Oh man, Jennifer, that was amazing. I feel so much more rested. I feel I feel the compassion that I should be feeling for myself, and I hope that many of us who are on here right now are feeling the same way, just kind of processing through that. I know some people, I know some people are still trying trying to get through or even process what this looks like, what mindfulness looks like, and I am hoping that we can as a community kind of understand this more. So I have some questions for you, and we have a couple questions that came from our feed, and I'm going to be sharing a little bit of that with you so that we can kind of expand on this. I'd love to unpack some of the things that you were saying. I mean, seriously, this presentation was so powerful, that so meaty, that I definitely want to be able to unpack some of the ingredients in this to learn what a little bit more, especially as this is a leadership summit for our leaders to understand a bit more. So a couple of things that I wanted to kind of dive into right away is like, so you began it with a little bit of kind of expanding on depression, but how can parents and even us as pastors sort of approach people who exhibit depression? Like, what are some of the ways that we can kind of go into the approach with them?
That's a good one. A lot of people may feel bad about depression or feeling that, oh, you're crazy. So I don't know, people may say that.
Yeah.
And then, but always starting with people who willing to talk about their feeling. They are brave because they are very brave by able to talk about their feeling, number one. So earlier I mentioned when I starting with meeting a client or anyone, even my friends, my nephew, whoever who's suffering from depression or anxiety, I think number one is listen, be there to really providing that willing ear, and they feel like they are safe and respect and not judging.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that I was kind of I saw in the way that you kind of approach the strength-based discovery. It seems like that strength-based discovery is the combat of that shame. Yes, I definitely love the way that you pointed that out. That actually the way that we can approach these guys is through giving them strength, like pointing out their strengths and really going into that, because that is just absolutely powerful for us to do that. What are ways that we can kind of, like, I see these questions on here, the idea of asking them these questions, but is there any more that we can kind of gain access to or any resources about strength-based discoveries that we can kind of dive into if we wanted to learn more about it?
These are questions I come up by myself. I believe
Oh, wow.
in the therapy there's a client center based and client strength based. So I like people coming knowing, yes, despite you have this challenge or stressor, but I also really want to highlight how you are so amazing and resilient, like so willing to answer my phone call,
Yeah.
willing to show up in the therapy room,
Yeah.
willing to talk to your pastor, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Strength.
Wow. So you've, through your research, you've been able to understand and come up with these on your own. That's amazing. So if we wanted to kind of expand on this a little bit more, we should definitely come to you, like reach out to you, huh? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So the third question I have is, it came from one of our followers, and our leaders. Can depression cause people to lose interest in a relationship?
That's a good one. At times, sometimes my client may say, "Oh, I'm such a good bad husband because I have depression, because I couldn't engage with my wife, or I'm a bad boyfriend because I couldn't go out with my girlfriend. I'm very sad." So like guilt may come up. So yes, sometimes that happens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So definitely, so sometimes we kind of internalize it thinking that it's about us, but it really isn't. Yeah, for sure. And then now I'm going to bring it back to our church, actually. So what are some ways that that we can practice mindfulness in maybe our church services, or because we're here as a church, and we are definitely trying to expand on implementing mindfulness. For a lot of us on here, mindfulness is kind of new. I mean, at least the language of mindfulness is kind of new. We understand it as prayer in some way, but at the same time, we still kind of are wondering what this looks like for our small groups, or even our church, like our worship services, or our engagement. We're doing pastoral counseling. What are some ways that we can practice mindfulness in some of these aspects?
I can see how we can bring mindfulness in every moment in life. Mindfulness is not really about like fancy term. It's really about be here. What
Yes.
happened here right now? Like
Wonderful.
when I wake up in the morning, when I brush my teeth, do I focus my teeth? Do I take care of my teeth? Little small one. When I feel like study so much, when I feel tense up, can I slow down? When I talk to my pastor, am I engaging with my pastor? Am I listening? Mindfulness practice. Be present. And the thing I like to
Yes.
talk with the compassion is even it is hard right now. Even
Yes.
I'm stressed out right now. I'm here for
Yes.
my the kindness coming.
Yes, that is brilliant, because I think some people, for us, when I hear that idea of presence, of being in the moment, being attentive to the things about my jaw, my chin, my, like you said, my teeth, even down to my teeth. I think of this idea of the Sabbath. For us in church, the Sabbath was a place of like we would just be settled. So a lot of our leaders, if you're watching, when I'm hearing this kind of stuff, I actually think of the presence of the Sabbath, and how God is with us. My next question is this: what are some physiological benefits to mindfulness? Because we talked about some of the whys and all that, but I'm always really, personally actually am interested in some of the ways that it benefits our body and everything as well, like our brain.
Right. I think now for even Department of Mental Health and a lot of big university scientists, neurologists, they really do study the mind and the body. There's good research. I don't know, I couldn't name the scientist, yes, but I think UCLA they have a big foundation about how um, mindfulness is helping our health,
Yeah.
reduce inflammation. Um, just because in general, when we're calm, when we're feeling good, that will decrease the stress hormone. I think that is a
Mm-hmm.
sensation helping us rather than judgment, like, oh, I'm mad, I hate myself, I hate the world. It happened,
Yeah.
but we can still be saying, oh, I'm hateful. I just feel very stressed right now. But
Yeah.
maybe the little talk or little break will help us.
Oh, thank you so much. Um, would this relate to yoga at all? Does this is this relative to yoga at all? Now I know my wife is a yoga teacher, and I'm still learning even what all of this is about as well. Um, there's sort of this negative. Sometimes the church can have a negative view of yoga and of mindfulness. What would you say to sort of help people understand and have a better view of what that looks like, because of the negative connotations that we have for it? What would you say to those sort of pushbacks?
Right. So earlier I mentioned about brushing your teeth, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And all the exercise. So that's physical well-being, right? It's like
Yep.
you want to check in your doctor, you want to eat healthy food, you check your body. And mindfulness can be a way like well-being, mental health, right?
Yeah.
Beside talking to your friends, beside writing out your feeling, and mindfulness exercise,
Mm-hmm.
breathing, is a well-being self-care, your emotional self-care.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's really just an exercise of the mind. That's what you're saying. Like
Yes.
we exercise in our body, but sometimes we don't exercise our mind. And oh, this is so good. I love this so
Wow.
much. This is amazing. I really appreciate all of this. The last two questions that I have is this actually. We as pastors, I think, are always like, we as pastors and leaders, we're always looking for resources. We're always looking to get more information out of these things. And so, what are some resources that you can recommend to our pastors and leaders to both practice mindfulness and maybe even dive more into the research of mindfulness as well? Like, what are some of the ways that we can what are some of the resources that we can dive into?
Because pandemic last year, right? We all shut down at home.
Yeah.
So DMH will actually work with Headspace. It's quite a well-known app for mindfulness. So every county resident can still go in Headspace for free resources. So that can be a good one to use. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check. Yeah. There's definitely. I believe. I was told by Pastor Icky that we have in the descriptions that those exact resources that you were saying, right? So if you go to the description of our YouTube page, especially, and on our Facebook page, if you're watching either one, you'll see the link in there, and you'll be able to copy that link and paste it in your browser so that you can get more of what she is talking about. This is amazing. I really appreciate so much of the conversation that you have with this, because I like already the practice, the exercise that we did was so meaningful, because I sometimes get so caught up in my own head. Like I have ADD. I'm more self-diagnosed than anything else. But I feel like there's so many times that I'm so stressed that I don't know how to focus, and that really, like, I could totally feel how my mind was taking a break to kind of settle into my own self. And so thank you for that, because I feel like we definitely, as pastors and leaders especially, we can give so much of ourselves so often, but we don't often give ourselves any time. Some of us are extreme workaholics. Extreme workaholics. So the last thing I have actually is you had a couple videos that you wanted to show, and so we were kind of worried about if we would have some issues with showing them, but Pastor Icky and I were talking, and we were like, you know what, we want to show these. These are such good videos to have. Which video would you rather choose if like we get taken down? Which is the video that you definitely want to show to our viewers today?
I like the first one with, let me see, what's the name? Being with all your experience.
Okay.
But I will talk about a little bit about how negative emotion, sensation may be still part of us, but how can we deal with depression and decline, and not that thing affecting us life.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and show that, and then we'll come back and maybe you can expand on that video just a little bit more too.
Sure.
Let's take a look.
Mm-hmm. So the reason I picked that video, because I think that will connect into our talk.
Yeah, okay. Yes, definitely. And then go ahead and publish that. Yeah, it's published, I believe. Yes. Okay, here we go.
Being with all of your experiences. A full and meaningful life comes with a range of emotions and physical sensations. Happiness, excitement, strength, but also fear, disappointment, and pain. Like most people, you might prefer to avoid unwanted thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations, especially if they are intense or overwhelming. Imagine your unwanted feelings as a beach ball that doesn't go away. You might try different things to pretend the ball doesn't exist. But when you throw it away, it bounces back. And when you move away from it, it follows you. Maybe you try to get rid of this beach ball by pushing it underwater. You manage to keep it out of sight, but if you let go, the beach ball shoots right back up to the surface. So you decide to keep holding the beach ball underwater. It's a lot of hard work. Think about how much energy it takes to keep the ball down and what you might be missing without realizing it. What would happen if you let the beach ball just be there? Or maybe even tried sitting with the beach ball for a while. Instead of actively ignoring the ball or pushing it underwater, what if you chose to direct your energy instead towards activities and people that are important to you, whether the ball is there or not? Allowing unwanted thoughts, feelings, or physical sensations to be there doesn't mean you have to like them. It means that you are choosing to devote your energy towards the people and things that are important to you. Say your friends want to play a game, but you're feeling anxious or have pain in your stomach. Maybe you can't play the full game with your friends, but you can still keep score or cheer them on. Sometimes it's fun to just be around your friends, even if you can't participate. Some unwanted thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations may never fully go away, but you don't have to devote your energy to suppressing or avoiding them. You can still be involved in activities, even if you need to pace yourself or take breaks now and then. Unwanted experiences are part of life for all of us, no matter who we are. It might take some effort and creativity, but even the smallest steps towards allowing your unwanted emotions and physical sensations to just be there can help you do the things that matter to you and let you live a fuller and more meaningful life.
You see that I'm really glad that we got a chance to show that and watch that, because I feel like we definitely need to recognize that this is always with us, that we can't necessarily just ignore it, that it's there, because it's always going to be there, right? So can you please expand on this a little bit more, the unwanted emotions that are always with us?
Right, right. As I mentioned, we don't like bad stuff, right? Whether it's our pain or my body, or thinking about I failed my school, my grade, or my parent yelled at me, all that unwanted emotion. And sometimes it can be with us, next to us. And as a result, we don't want to see our friends. We don't want to engage, right? Look at that lady, she was not ready at the time.
Yeah.
But instead suppressing it, pretend it's not there,
Mm-hmm.
or throwing away, and it may come back harder.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the concept about be there, allow it be there. But you do have the space still engage. You have the space still enjoy your friends. And that
Yes.
will really, really help. Maybe the ball will get smaller in time. And maybe it will be shrink smaller and smaller because you don't give the power to the ball, the unwanted emotion.
Yes, yes. Okay, so yeah, don't give the power to the unwanted emotion. I think we'll ask this last question that Pastor Icky put in, and then we'll end from here. How do we teach compassion to our peoples in a tangible way? Compassion to themselves as well as compassion to others. What are ways that we can process what that is?
When I look at word compassion, I think the first thing come up is be kind and be loving. Because we want to be love and kind to other we like, right? And a lot of time we judge ourselves like you're not smart enough, you're slow, you're too fat, all that judgment.
Yes.
So instead, I think compassion is allow ourselves to make mistake at time and allow ourselves feeling unknown or scared because we're human.
Well, the funny thing is, it seems it's so simple, yet it's something that we kind of have to unlearn the complexities of all of the different things that we have piled on us, to get to that simple idea of just being kind, and practicing that kindness, right? And so, yes, thank you so much for this, because I feel like we needed this in light of all the things that we've gone through in the pandemic, especially. But I know that depression, anxiety, a lot of these things, they didn't come just during the pandemic. These were things that existed way before that, but it definitely heightened a lot of these things because of the isolation and all that. And so thank you for this, because you are totally capstoning in such a wonderful way the things that we processed this week. But at the same time, like now we have a little bit more of an understanding of how we can exercise this. And I'm hoping that our viewers, especially our leaders, our pastors who are watching, who will be watching retrospectively, are trying to process this, are trying to practice mindfulness, like, commit yourself to go through this. And so Jennifer, I want to extend another thank you. I hope that you guys can comment in there. Just thank you to Jennifer, because you have been so amazing. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you for all the information. We're definitely going to share, if it's okay, we if we can share this presentation with all of our people as a resource as well. But we thank you for the resources that you gave to us as well. So Jennifer, man, thank you again.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. Wonderful energy.
Oh man, I'm so glad because we try our best to make sure that people feel the love from us too. And so I hope that you felt like this was such a good experience as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, let's definitely share the compassion.
Sharing the love.
Yeah, thank you. So now I'm gonna actually transition over, to our viewers. I am so grateful for all of you for being a part of us. It has been such a week. This is the 8th day. Again, we have been working diligently for 8 days as a team straight, and it's been months in the making to lead up to this point. And I definitely want to shout out a lot of our team, a lot of the people who submitted, the churches that submitted. I'm sorry I don't have a list on hand with me, but I definitely want to thank all of our leaders, all of our pastors, all of our participants, all of those people who shared a mental health share, especially because that was a very vulnerable space. I shared one, and I felt the vulnerability, I felt the openness. But as soon as I was done with my with showing the mental health share, like so many people texted me, and I know that was the case for a lot of our other people who shared mental health shares. Literally, like just the love and compassion that we have for each other. I am so grateful for all of you for showering those blessings on each and every one of us. And I hope that you as churches who are not able to participate, that want to get involved, if this is something that is interesting for you, if this is something that is a mission of yours, to have that way of combining and participating and collaborating, because that's what we are as one house. We are trying to collaborate with one another so that we can benefit our members, but also ourselves, because we as leaders are always giving so much of who we are, giving so much of our gifts and our talents and our energy and our time, our sweat, blood even, and we don't necessarily take that time for ourselves. Things that we wanted to do for you, especially because if you can show compassion to yourself, it's very likely that you'll be able to show compassion to others, to show that mindfulness, to give that mindfulness, that gift of mindfulness and the practice of and exercise of mindfulness to other people as well. So I thank you guys for being a part of this, and I hope that you can share this. I really encourage you to share this with other people, because this presentation was fire. Like absolute fire. But before we end off, I definitely want to share with all of you. I want to definitely give you gifts. So comment below or DM us in Facebook. And the first 2 people again to DM us in Facebook, you'll get that gift. DM us, let us know you with tangible gifts that we can do. We gave away an entire subscription of Calm, an entire year's subscription, 365 days of a subscription to the Calm app, which I personally absolutely love, man. The guided meditations, the guided prayers that these guys help you through, the fact that they actually read to you. I mean, like, I'm like, who as adults like are given the gift of somebody reading a story to you, man? I mean, it totally puts you to sleep. And so if you're struggling with insomnia, if you're struggling with with any kinds of these things, man, I definitely want you and encourage you to dive more into these things. Go back, listen to Myron's sermons, listen to the mental health shares, listen to the presenters from the Department of Mental Health, because we definitely want you to engage in this some more. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. We only started this because we wanted to begin the conversation so that we can, as a church, benefit each other and bless each other and support each other in the compassion. And we thank you guys so much for all that you have been a part of. We ask that you just continue to share this, like, subscribe, give it to your friends, have them like and subscribe, because we want to continue this conversation as best as possible. All right, everybody, you have a great week ahead of you. Is loving on you, that is making his face to shine upon you, that is blessing you, because you, my friends, are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are children of God, and we want to support you in learning and processing what that looks like. Be mindful, be compassionate. Bye, everybody.